Okay, hello everyone. In this poetry lesson, we're going to be focusing on a really great poem called The Tyger by William Blake. So the first thing I want you to do is just have a go at these questions. You can maybe write them down in your book or just think about them. So how would you describe a tiger? What would you compare a tiger to and why? What is the ground that they share? So if you were thinking about a metaphor for a tiger, then what would be the ground that they would have in common? So if you, for example, compared a tiger to something that was really ferocious, what would it be that they have in common? And imagine that's somebody that made the tiger, that created the tiger. What would you ask the person who designed it? What would you ask the person who made it? Okay, well, let's move on. So in this lesson, we're going to analyze the poem The Tyger. We're going to evaluate that poem, and you're going to do a little piece of writing based on this poem. So let's go. This is William Blake. Now, William Blake was born in 1757 and died in 1827. He was a very famous poet, and he lived quite a long time ago in the 18th and 19th centuries. Now, his poem The Tyger was written in 1794, but he was also a very famous illustrator, and he's quite often remembered for his paintings as well as his fantastic poems as well. So let's find out a little bit more about his poetry. So, in the poem The Tyger, and just note the spelling of the tiger, but it's still about tigers, but it's spelled Tyger then. The poet is asking what kind of person could design and make such a fearsome creature. So the poem is about the person behind the creation of the tiger. And the poet is asking who could have been able to create the heart and brain of a tiger and what tools the creator would need. So let's read the poem The Tyger by William Blake. Tyger, Tyger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? On what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp, dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears, and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made lamb make thee? Tyger, Tyger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? So that's The Tyger by William Blake. Remember, thy means your. Common word that was used during that time. So if there's any words that you're not sure of, then use a dictionary. There's online dictionaries that you can use as well, or just send me a message on chat to ask me a question. So this is The Tyger by William Blake. So let's analyze it in a bit more detail. So what I want you to do is just have a think about these questions. When does the poet see the tiger? What word does the poet use to describe the tiger's symmetry? Where does the poet say the tiger's brain was made? What tool was used to make the tiger's brain? And the poet wonders if the creator of the tiger smiled after he made the tiger. Why do you think the poet wonders this? So, answers to these questions. The poet sees the tiger at night. The poet says the tiger's symmetry is fearful. The poet says the brain was made in a furnace. The poet says the tiger's brain was made using an anvil. The poet wonders if the creator of the tiger smiled after he made the tiger. Why do you think the poet wonders this? Well, an answer to this might be the poet might wonder if the creator smiled because the tiger is so terrifying and powerful. It might be that the creator should smile at creating something so powerful. Maybe the creator actually made something stronger and more impressive than himself. So, let's have a look at analysing some metaphors. In the first line it says, Tyger, Tyger, burning bright. So, just have a think about this. You can pause it. What impression do you get of the tiger from this metaphor? Okay, well done. Let's get some ideas on that. So if you think about Tyger, Tyger, burning bright, then it gives you a real sense of the kind of vivid colour and the sort of power and the strength of the tiger. So which of these examples of grounds do you think are successful? So I want us to think about really what is the meaning behind this metaphor. So does it, for example, and you're going to choose which bullet points you actually think are accurate, and there's an accurate ground for linking the tiger with the idea of burning bright. So, does the metaphor tiger, tiger burning bright. Does it indicate the tiger is on fire, do you think? Does it suggest there are two tigers, because it says tiger, tiger? Does it suggest the tiger's fur stands out brightly against the night? Does it suggest that the tiger can breathe fire? Does it suggest the tiger is dangerous, just like fire? Does it tell us, the reader, that the tiger is burning brightly? Does it tell us that the tiger is hard to control or to tame? Or does it compare the tiger's bright orange fur to a fire? So think about which of these are successful in the metaphors and are accurate. So if you have a look at those, ones that are true is that it suggests the tiger's fur stands out brightly against the night. So that's why it says burning bright. It tells us the tiger is dangerous, just like fire. So that's another aspect of the ground within this metaphor. It tells us the tiger is hard to control or to tame. And it also compares the tiger's bright orange fur to a fire. So it helps us to visualize that bright orange fur. So what I want you to do now for your assignment is look at this interpretation. Blake thinks that the tiger was created by a strong and powerful God. So I want you to think about, do you agree or disagree with this statement? Why do you agree or disagree? And if you can, use some evidence from the poem to support your opinion. And you're going to hand that in via assignments.